Hello, 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 hello. Good evening if you're in Nigeria. Good morning or afternoon if you're in any other part of the world, depending on where you are in. So glad to have you here. Join us in Girlversation. Girlversation is a weekly Instagram live conversational program brought to you by WONDIVA Global Community. WONDIVA Global Community is a community of young ladies who are around the world, not just in Nigeria, who have come together as leaders in different areas of life and the industry, who come together, put their resources together to get better at everything they have been called to do. Hi, Chimsy Kid 11. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So if you join us, just kindly let us know where you're joining from, and we'll be happy to have you. You're very much welcome. This conversation goes on every week, every Saturday. So if you're a lady here, a woman, please follow us and engage with our interesting content on this space. Also, if you're a man watching this, please share with your female folk, moms, sisters, cousins, wife, and all of that, nieces, and yeah, we'll be glad. We'll be glad to be a blessing and to be of help to them. Thank you, Maura Phoebe. You're welcome. So tonight we're talking about the electioneering process in Nigeria and the role of women. It's it's Women Month, and it's also a women program. What would I say? A women organization, WONDIVA. So most of our conversation will be about women and things that affect women. So I won't be doing this alone tonight. I'll be doing this alongside Shewa, Mora, and Bumi. So please, Mora, you can send me a request to join the live. Or let me see if I can send you. Bye. Mora, please join the live, and we'll take it up from there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you know any lady that should be here, please do well to send them the link to this video and let them join as soon as possible so that they can gain a lot from what we're discussing today. Can you hear me? Mora, please join. Please accept my invite to join the video. Excuse me. Hi. Ewa, you're welcome. Fibuku, please accept the invite to join. Yeah, you're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Good evening. Good to have you.
I'm just
we can't see your face yet.
Yes, ma'am, coming. I'm just
Hi. Ben Josie, hi. Opolatiewa, hi. Okay, so guys, today was governorship and state assembly elections. Caller, welcome. Thanks for joining. Did you go out to vote? And if you voted, how was it at your polling unit? Hi, Adeshewa. Are you ready to join us? If you're ready to join us, just send a request and I'll bring you up. So before we talk further, I would like to know in the comments if you're joining us. Let me know where you're joining from and if you voted today and how it was at your polling unit.
I did not vote today.
Oh, all right. All right. So today I'll be having two other people join us. Um
Yes, ma'am.
Shewa is supposed to be here and Bumi, I think. So before they come, I like my co-host now to introduce herself, and then I'll also introduce myself depending when they join us. Please let's know who you are, what you do, and where you're joining us from.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mora, full short form of Mora Kinyo. I'm Mora Kinyo Mufibukun follower, but people call me Mora. I am a student of Unilag. I am a member of the WONDIVA Global Community. I am the privileged founder of RTBSM. Mm, yeah, and I am one person that really, really loves God and really, really loves people that are involved in the things of God. So I think,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you. Thank you, Mara. Good to have you tonight.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you didn't vote, so why didn't you vote? Because you couldn't go out, or were you
I thought the
discouraged from the
voters,
last time?
I could not get voters card when they were getting it. I was currently
Oh, right.
not available, so I didn't participate in any election, which is
Okay, okay, I get that. So you don't have a voter's card, so you're not able to vote. Okay, I
yes.
get that. I was still expecting Oluwa Shewa and Bumi. Okay, my name is Josephine. Yeah, Josephine Chukwunwike. I'm a Christian relationship coach. I'm a wife and mom. I'm also a public health nutritionist. I love God, I mean, like she said, I love the Lord and God's people. I'm a member of WONDIVA Global Community, and I also love speaking and engaging people on topical issues, especially like one of the topics, like the topic we're discussing today. So, which is the electioneering process in Nigeria and the role of women. Okay, I know I want to believe that we're following the news, and we know that the elections this year have been very shady. In all sincerity, I don't know. What do you think, Mora? Did you follow the news today? I know you didn't vote. Did you hear anything in your vicinity? I believe you're in Lagos. I am in Ibadan. So
Yeah.
how was it where you? How was it in your environment? Anybody in your house voted? Was there any negative reports? Or everything went well? The things we're seeing on the internet about Lagos, are they actually true?
I've not really followed the internet, but my mom went to vote and our polling center was quite peaceful. But there's this friend of my dad that went to vote and he called my dad and it was like my dad should not vote because his own polling center they were forcing people to vote for a party and people that refused to vote for that party, they were flogging them. So he had to leave because, of course, that's not the party he wanted to vote for, and he was not able to vote. And I heard about few other places on Instagram because I've been scrolling through Instagram and some of these, people we look up to, they were talking about their polling center that some places were peaceful, some weren't. They said they scattered it, you know and I feel like it should not be happening. I mean, it's just election. Let people choose who they want. Whether or not they even choose, the rigging is still. I don't to say it's still going to happen. I feel like they should just
Uh,
let people vote split
I don't know what's
ballot.
going on. Your network is not so stable, Mora. Or is it from my end?
Okay. Can you hear me
Yeah,
your
I
end?
it's
Because
breaking.
it's fine here. Can you hear me, ma?
Can you hear me, Claire?
I don't know. Yes, I can, ma. Talk is breaking.
I think it's better now.
Is it better? Is the camera
Yeah,
showing me?
yeah.
Okay. So I feel like they should just let people choose who they want to, because why the violence? If you know you are going to get to the top and do what is right, you will not have to go through tricky or corny measures to get in there. I mean, it's our country. We should all be happy that whoever gets there is going to do the right thing. You know, whoever gets there is going to help the country. So it should not be a medium of competition. Yes, it's great to be the governor or president of the country or the state, you know. But I just feel like we should all have an open mindset that whoever gets in is for the best, and not enforce people to vote for you or enforce violence because you want to win, you know. That's just
Oh, okay, so I actually planned. I went out to vote today. I actually planned to go out around, say, 12 noon because I wanted to use my morning hours for more productive work. But along the line, I changed my mind. I just felt, let me go out, vote, and I'll come back. I won't wait for them to count or whatever. And then, along the line,
yes, ma'am.
um, I changed my mind, and I think I left around, was it past 9 or 10? I went with my younger sister. We just went there. As we got there, in less than 10 minutes after we got there, we voted. In fact, the place was very scanty. There were like just 2 or 3 people before me to vote. We voted, and then we came back home. Yeah, and then I began to ask in my head, what's going on? In fact, with that enthusiasm, I went to my WhatsApp to say, guys, go out and vote. Don't think that if you get there, the crowd will be much or something. It's peaceful and calm. Up until somebody had to correct me to say, oh, you can only talk about your polling unit. So a one divan reached out to me in my DM to say that her father was attacked in Lagos
Mm,
today. And I'm
wow.
saying, what's going on? How can an elderly man, he he
Be
was pushed,
attacked.
his phone was collected from him and he was pushed into the gutter. I mean,
You got
who
out.
does that kind of thing?
Oh, wow.
I don't know what he did wrong or for whatever it was, but I
It's
wouldn't
just
think an elderly man would
embarrassing.
engage in arguments and stuff like that. And that leads me thinking, what is the state of the electioneering, the process in Nigeria? I believe that the foreign observers, 3 weeks ago when they came around, were probably heavily disappointed. I mean, in other countries in Africa like Ghana, Togo, who we even think that we are ahead of. We have more, things going for us than them, as it were. They have,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why, they have their own elections, and it goes peacefully and all of that. Sorry, 1 second. And Shewa has been trying to join, but she's been struggling. Shewa, if you're watching this, please go off the live. Come in again. When you're on, just comment and I'll add you. I don't know what's going on with the adding process. And so back to what I was saying, and these people have their elections on normal days, normal work days. People go out, cast their votes for a few minutes, and go back to work. Shops don't close, schools don't close,
Yeah,
nobody announces public holiday or whatever it is.
actually.
But in our nation, a lot of pushing back and forth, fighting, and that leads me to ask the question of these people who are so desperate and who are fighting to come into power, do they really love service? Do they really love
Exactly.
Nigeria?
That's the
Are they
point.
really
That's the
out to
point.
make a difference? Or are they more interested in their pockets and
Yeah.
what they stand to gain?
That's what I was saying. Like, if you want to make the country better, you would have the mindset that whoever that is coming, whether I win or not, we are all
I will
coming
support
to
that
make.
person.
Exactly, we are all coming to make the country better. But there is this high level of greed, high level of position of power, wanting to make richness or make wealth from that position. There's this high level of it going on in that place. So I just feel like the orientation of our leaders should change, because it's the country for everybody. It's not the country for you alone. I feel they
Mm-hmm.
don't even think about the citizens. They just drag themselves, they just do drastic things, you know, and some of them even act like they are not aware of what is happening. I remember this election time, this presidential election, there were a lot of violence. And then they were asking one of the candidates that they didn't know about, and he was like, he didn't know. Meanwhile, these people are working for you. Like, how did you not know? You know, it's just the orientation is so bad. It's so bad. It's so frustrating. It's harming a lot of people. A lot of
Yeah,
people. And that's
yeah.
sad.
And that leads back to the issue of servant leadership.
Like,
So leadership as Jesus taught us.
even if
Leadership as Jesus taught us.
I was,
Okay, so I was losing you. I didn't hear. I thought you were done. Are you done
yeah.
now?
Yes, I am. I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so leadership as Jesus taught us was servant leadership. And then even our anthem says, the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Our heroes
Mm-hmm.
past, those that fought
Yeah.
for independence, they fought for the whole country. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
fight for just their tribe. They fought for everyone. So we're coming back to say, if power doesn't come to us, for any individual saying that, it's actually doing that from a very selfish place. And now, let me ask a question. What do you think women can do? Because so far, I'm not sure. I think I saw one woman run for presidency, but of course, we know she won't even go far. And for governorship, I think for Oyo State, somebody came out, but then she stepped down. I don't know how many governorship candidates we have, but I know that we had women come for senatorial positions and state House of Assembly. Now, what role do you think women can play in this electionary process, like in politics? I'm asking because I've seen African countries, like I think that was it Sierra Leone, some other African countries who have had female presidents, and
Mm-hmm.
these African countries were able to pull through. I mean, even at the thick of COVID, they were able to do better than most male-led countries of the world. So the question is like, what do you think can be
Yeah.
done if the men are not doing so well? Is it time to take the back seat and allow women to step forward? Are women even interested? Are they even coming out? Are they even joining political parties? Or are we just folding our arms and saying, okay, it's a man's thing, it's a man's thing, politics is dirty, I rather focus on my family? Can you speak to that?
Okay. I don't think women are not coming out. I feel like women are coming out, but everybody has, or not everybody, a large number of people have this orientation that women would be, men would be a better leader than women. So that orientation is really, really affecting women that actually want to participate in the whole leadership in politics thing. So I feel like a lot of women are coming out, but they are not allowing them because they do not see them capable enough. They do not see them capable enough. So about the role of women in politics, the Bible explains that women are helpers. In Genesis, when God created women, or created woman rather, when he created he did not create it. You know, I was reading something recently, and stated that
Oh,
it
oh.
stated okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Also, sorry for the disruption. I don't know what went wrong with Instagram. I kept accepting the invite, kept turning it down, and all of that. Good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ma. Good evening, Mora. How is everybody doing?
I'm fine. I think Mora is speaking, but her network is not strong enough, so we can't hear her. Maybe we give her a few seconds.
Oh, no problem,
Um,
of course.
then you just start with maybe introducing yourself so everybody gets to know you, and then you can I can ask you a few questions. Oh,
All
Mora
right.
is still on. Oh, she's off now. I think she'll come back again. It's her network. So, Shawa, let's meet you.
Okay, so my name is Adeyanjulu Shewa, but my friends call me Shewa. I'm a student of Delta State University. I'm currently in Ogun State because I came home for the election break. I'm a proud Wandivian, and I'm happy for all the objectives that WONDIVA has for the singles and the married and women in general, and everything that WONDIVA has set out to be. And I'm happy to be a member of WONDIVA.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. So, Shawa, what do you
Ma,
think? Did you go out to vote today, first off?
oh no, I could not get my PVC, so I was unable to go out to exercise my franchise by voting. But we've been seeing the posts for WhatsApp, Instagram, and then it's been crazy hearing people complain about things that are going on concerning the election. You'll be hearing places where they're not allowed to vote, or then you're
Yeah.
taking videos. I saw a particular one where a lady was taking a video, and then they told her it was not her right to take a video, that she was not meant to take video at the center. So I couldn't see the end of it, however, because I think the
Was
phone was
not
taken
right.
from her, but probably we'll get to the gist later. And it's just sad how the people who claim they have our best interest at heart are the ones that are going through all these shady means just to make sure that they get in the position of power. Because I like to believe that if you have good intentions, you would let those intentions show by allowing the masses to vote you into the office. If you get into the
Right.
office, you then come out and do what it is you promised to do. And then in the case they didn't vote you, you weren't elected in, you then don't have to force your way in because you claim to have good intentions for us. If you say you have good intentions for me as a Nigerian, then you should allow me to vote you in, to bring you in to do the good
Go
that you
in.
claim you want to do. That's just what I believe.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome back. Welcome
Yes,
back,
ma'am.
Mora. You were saying something before the issue came up with your network. Do you want to do a recap to that before we go to the next question?
O- Okay,
Oh,
ma.
it's the network
You
again.
asked me about the
Okay.
role of women. What I the role of women? Can you hear me?
No, can you come again?
Hello.
I can't hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now, ma? Okay. Can you hear me now? So your role of women, what I think the role of women is in politics. And I was saying something in reference to what God created the woman as, and I was saying that in Genesis, I created everything, you know. God pronounced that everything he made was after he created everything. But the only thing that God pronounced not good at that point is that it is not, and at that point, God did not even create the woman as the wife of the man. He did not create the woman as a servant to the man. Can you hear me?
I'm struggling.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, ma?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, I can. Okay, so God created the woman as an helper, And was saying one time, a pastor was saying one time, name with God, and helper. It's only God that we call our helper, and it's only in the history of the whole Bible, it's only the woman that God calls an helper. So for God to have made the woman an helper, it shows that and he didn't, when he made the woman, he didn't make the woman like, oh, I'm making a wife, I'm making a servant, I'm making you know, he made an helper. So for God to have a woman as an helper in this world, it shows that the role of the woman is supposed to show in all aspects of life.
Yeah, right. Oof.
We are supposed to come in the force that God has created us as in all aspects of life.
Um,
Politically, every aspect, we are supposed to stand as an helper. I feel one politics is to help, and what it means.
you've
Can
been breaking a lot. I think it's your network.
Yeah, it's my network.
Okay. So I don't know what's going wrong on, but I'd like us to address the issue of extensive violence. I'd like us to address the issue of extensive violence, like to the extreme. Today I saw a lot of things, on social media space. I saw two different celebrities at different times complain of violence in Lagos. Okay, at one point, one person said she couldn't even vote. Somebody she went with, a guy, was beaten up just because I think he had a phone on him and he picked a call. Another person complained that that she was also molested. In fact, her vehicle was damaged just because she came out to vote. And now it leaves me with the question of, are we saying that the security personnel and the government, that's the president, the governors, and the INEC chairman, are we saying that these people do not know about these happenings, even with video evidences on the TV? Or is it that they do not care? Because the question still is that if you're going there to serve, if you're going there with good intentions to make life better for Nigerians, then why would you hurt the same Nigerians or allow your team members to hurt the same Nigerians, and even as far as kill the same Nigerians that you're claiming to serve? So Are the people at the helm of affairs, are they unaware? Or are they aware and wickedly turning a blind eye? What do you think? What do you think, Shewa?
Well, to be honest, I think it has to do with the mindset of these individuals because if you want to be in the position of leadership, you obviously need to have the qualities of a leader, the qualities that make you a good leader. And then one of those qualities I believe is transparency. Because as a leader, you are there to serve, you're there to protect and to guide the people that you claim to be leading. So if as a leader, your people are going astray, your people are suffering, and then you know about it, but then you refuse to do about it, you refuse to do anything in regards to whatever is causing the chaos and the pain, then that will make you a bad leader. And unfortunately, we
Leader.
have so many of them in Nigeria today. And it's just
Yeah.
sad because these persons, I'm sure, did not wake up one day and become who they are. They went through different stages and phases of their various lives where they would have had challenges too. And then I believe that at one point or another in their lifetime, they would have been able to signify with the issues that an average Nigerian faces. But it's sad to see that now they are, should I say, on the better side of it, and then they decide to forget and not to care about what it is that they
The
once
average person
suffered
feel.
from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is just it. It's like they just have this mindset of, oh, thank God I'm not in this level. I'm not there no more. I have better things. I can do better things for myself. And then they tend to forget that they are still.
Oh, network was shaky.
And I
Yeah.
just to wrap it up. Okay, just to wrap it up, I believe that, or I like to hope and also pray that.
Oh, okay. I want to ask a question, and I want probably we'll wrap up with this. There's so many issues, but I think it's a very important question. Now, in the history of Nigerian elections and looking at voter turnout, we've seen more women turn out to vote generally. Up until this year's election,
Yeah.
women usually have the highest turnout of voters in across the nation. And now this year, there was so much drive about, oh, come out to vote, vote out bad leadership. If you're tired of a nation suffering and all of that, youths go and register, extension for registration, extension, collect your PVC, come out and vote. Somehow, the Nigerian youths, I believe, had faith in INEC and believed that their votes will count. And so they came out en masse only for the presidential elections to come up and people are like, what's going on here? IREV is saying this, BVAS is saying that in our polling unit, this is what we snapped. What happened? Where did you get those figures from? Now, what would you say about the Nigerian youth? Would you say that we have lost hope in this country because of trust in the systems of the government? That's one. Number
Actually.
two, the question is, who are these young people who keep allowing themselves to be used by selfish, wicked politicians? How much are they paid to sell their conscience? Or are they not feeling the same thing we are feeling? Are they not feeling the same cash crunch, no petrol, mad food inflation, unemployment that Nigerians are feeling? Or did they import them from somewhere else? Why do you think people, young people, still do this for these wicked politicians? So those are your questions. Mora, go first, and then we'll have Shewa.
Hmm?
Okay.
Mora, go
Can you
first,
hear me
and then we
now?
have Shewa. Yeah, I can hear you.
So the question is, why do I think young people? I wasn't hearing you for a while. It was breaking.
Yeah, one, do you think that young people, male and female, still have hope in this nation and in the systems like INEC, judiciary, all of that?
Yeah.
Then number two, why do young people still help wicked and selfish politicians to do these their schemings when it's time for election? Is it that they don't feel what we feel outside election season, or what motivates them? I mean, why do they go out to be used in wicked schemes? Those are the questions.
So about the hope and the trust, honestly, okay, yes, ma. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so up and the trust. Honestly speaking, as some people losing trust, losing no, I've lost trust in the INEC officials. I have lost trust in leaders up there. But hope, at some point I was actually losing hope, and I'm like, what will become of this country? Of course, we know that it's not going to just get better. That's the truth. It's not going to just move from 0% to 100%. We will have to take baby steps to get there. But it's looking like that baby step is going to be forever. Like it's not even going to happen. So losing hope, I have lost hope. But as a Christian, you are not supposed to lose hope. So a lot of times when I lose hope, I just see God in the movement of Nigeria and see that God is doing a great thing, and as long as we have God as Christian, God will always come through for us, even in Nigeria. So about losing, I think a lot of people have lost trust in the INEC because, honestly speaking, this presidential election, my mind towards so positive. But after I got the results, I'm just like, you know, it can't be happening. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel a number of youth we've lost trust. If it's trust, we have lost trust. If it's hope, I don't think a lot of youths have lost hope because on Instagram I still see people striving and still talking about politics. Youths, I still see them striving, trying to motivate other youths. So yes. And the second one, why youth support bad leaders. I remember during the presidential election, that period, I was getting a lot of text. I don't even know how they got my number. I'll just see text. They'll send me text. If you vote for this person, send your account number, you receive 50K. And I'm like, is it this 50K I'm going to use to eat for the rest of my life?
For the next four
I got
years.
a I got a lot of it. And I'm like, wait, I'm still young. How are they even getting my number? Like, how are they? I had to block some of these numbers because there was one that was persistent. Vote for this person. They even started with 20K, later 50K, later. I just had to block that number. Like, is it by force? I don't even have voter's card to start with. So I'm like, no, 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 no. I had to block. So I feel like, you know, not all the youths have the mindset that we have. Not all the youth have the right orientation. Some people are just looking for a way out. You know, some people are just so money conscious that they do not see the future. Some people don't see beyond what they see in their mirror.
Mm,
Let me just say it like that. They don't see beyond what they see in their mirror. All they want to achieve is what they see in their mirror. Oh, I have this to pay, I have this to pay. They give you a bag of rice, it's going to feed me for the next 1 month. They do not see that, okay, the bag of rice feeds you, can it feed you for the remaining years? They do not even see that this person, if the person was right, the person will not have to bribe you to get
yeah,
there.
yeah.
you know if
They want to know
if
your
you know
thoughts so that we
that
can
you the
take Mora. Okay, take shower rather before she goes off again.
okay. So I feel like it's just wrong orientation, it's just wrong mindset, and it needs to be worked
Wrong
on. It
orientation,
needs to
wrong
be worked
mindset. Okay, shower. Let's hear your thoughts.
You didn't really get the first question because of the whole network, but in regard to the second question, I think it has to do with like a catch them young mentality, the way where you have children and then, in order to bring up these children right and in the way of God, you have to like start from when they are very young. And also it is with politics, and most especially I've noticed that this happens to students in universities, maybe not so much private universities as much as public universities. And then I was into school politics in my 400 level, so I actually in a way got to know how these things work. And then I just told myself that that's why when some people say that politics is for those that can see dirty, and I would 100% agree with you, because these people will go to, even as students, they will go to any length to
Length.
just to get their person there. And then you find out that, okay, so why are you doing all these things? And it could be that a favor this person did for me one time, because of what I hope to achieve from this position. And then they tend to now put the lives of thousands and millions.
I'm losing you. Going.
Everything, and then they're like, these people, if you like motivate them in the right ways, they will do anything it is that they want to do. And then when you give them promises like, if you as a governor or you as an assemblyman walk up to youth and I'm like, I can do this and do this for you. And obviously this youth knows that with your level of influence, because of your position, you definitely can do this. And then they begin to follow you. And despite their conscience and then the things that are right that are meant to be done, they decide to forego all of these things just because of what they might hope to achieve and what they might hope to gain at the end of it all. That's why they would mostly turn blind eyes to when people are suffering. And then you find out that even some of these youths that are being used, they might not even be used directly from their leaders. It could be their friends, peer pressure, and then people are getting into it. Maybe they are making money. Because I had like a classmate that, like, from 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, had been posting one of the presidential candidates in our school group chat. And everyone would ask this guy, what is your deal? Like, is this man paying you or something? And then he'll be like, you don't understand.
That's how they say. They say you don't understand. Shower, what's going on with your network?
But then why did he choose to go down this path? And sadly, so many of our youth, so many of my mates or youths like me are treading down this path without thinking for themselves. They are letting people think for them, and I just pray it won't end down the wrong way for them.
Okay, quickly as we begin to round off, can we just talk about the role of women? What do you think women can do better that will make the outcome of, not really the outcome of the electionary process, but will make us better politically as a nation, and when it comes to going out to vote, trusting the process, what do you think women can do better to make a difference? Mora?
Okay. Can you hear me, ma?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like since women are not allowed to
Oh
totally
my, oh
get involved.
my. Network. Are we all back now?
Yes.
Yes, ma. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, Mora, let's take you.
Okay. Since women are not totally allowed to just, rule, some parties allow it, some uh, positions women are allowed to get there, but you know, I feel like we should start small. As a woman, we are helpers, like I said before. Wherever you find, you don't have to have the title to do the work.
Yeah,
You don't have to be the governor
yeah,
yet to do the work. You don't have to be
yeah.
president. So in wherever a woman finds herself, you should realize that you are already made. You are a built helper. You are a built raiser. You are a built liberator. You know that is how God has built all women. It is all women, even to the smallest. So we can start from where we stay. In whatever way that you can feel in as a liberator, as an helper, as
Okay, I can't hear. I can't hear her anymore. Mora, I can't hear you.
whatever way you can, wherever you find yourself, always feeling, you know, do not join the
Yeah.
bad. Uh, can you hear me, ma?
Right,
You
real
know,
move.
just
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just do the right things. Do not join the rigging. Do not join the bribery. Do not join uh whatsoever it is that is negative in this country. We should always stand our ground as helpers. We should always stand our ground as you know people that nurture things. Women naturally are made to nurture. So in wherever we find our whatever situation we find ourselves, we should always stand up to nurture. We should always stand up uh to help, basically. So that's my take for women.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Shara, can we have you before I wrap up? Shewa. Hi, Shewa. Oh my.
I think our network is off.
Yeah, so let me speak to that quickly. I believe one thing that women can do, like you have said, is to get involved at any level. Okay, so as a woman, get
Yeah.
involved, let your voice be heard, get your PVC, register. If you're inclined to politics, if you think that you want to be politically relevant, actively involved in politics, register with a credible political party, attend meetings, so put down your quota, start from the local government, start from the House Assembly in the state. Before you go to the Senate, start small and be committed. Be known for something, and whatever you're known for, make sure it's something good. Always bring value.
Yeah.
Very important. Women, ladies,
Yeah.
always bring value. Always bring value.
Think-
Whenever you come up, when they say, "Oh, that is Mrs. A," Mrs. A would give us the answer. Mrs. A will bring wisdom. Mrs. A will give direction. Very important. One more thing we can do as women, we must ensure that we are raising our children properly. Who raised those dogs? Were they not born by women? Where are their mothers?
Yeah.
How did their mothers allow them? They did not become thugs overnight, guys.
To to get
They did
worse.
not become thugs over. They were not born as thugs. The environment influenced them. They had wrong friends. They had bad habits. They're probably the ones fighting in school or misbehaving and getting expelled in secondary school or dropping out of the university. And so they are frustrated. So thuggery
Mm-hmm.
doesn't jump on anybody. They got there through a process. And I want to beg you, if you're a mother, ensure that you are parenting on your knees. You're praying for your children and guiding them in the right way. The Bible says that when we raise our children the right way, they will not depart from that right way when they are old, no matter how hard they try. But they have
Mm-hmm.
been indoctrinated.
Yes.
Wives, what are you doing? Yes, you can't baby your husband, you're supporting him. Are you talking to him? Are you the one pushing him into thuggery by your attitude? Some of those thugs are married with children and
Of
they have
course.
wives, and their wives know of their involvement in this bad habit and they don't say anything about it. Why? Because at the end of the day, they get their money. No, it's wrong. So, women, arise. If you're not a Deborah, you're not an Esther, in terms of being in the forefront, and you can walk behind the scene. You can pray. You can be like Evangelist Philip's wife, the wife of Philip.
Yeah.
She raised four virgin daughters that prophesied. Her daughters didn't bring shame to her and her husband, who was a preacher, because the woman did her job. So, women, if you don't want to be in the forefront at home, you must be doing your work and doing it well. Whether at the forefront or at home, we must be ready to take charge. Why? Because we are helpers. Why? Because we are nurturers. If Nigeria will be birthed as a better nation, if a new Nigeria will emerge, we have a role to play. And that has gone beyond interceding for the nation to taking actionable steps. All right? Okay, so let me have you share if your network is good, and then we call it a day.
Okay, yes. My next one is fine. You asked about the roles women can play, and I'm like, it is vast. You can do everything. You can, as a woman, you can even be the president. I just hope that one of these days we get to have a female president that will reside. And trust me, I believe women have the capacity to do these things because they are
Yeah.
not less of a human. They have, even if not more, because they are more passionate individuals. So when trained and then taught in the right directions, they turn out to be very
Mm-hmm.
strong and very powerful people. And they mustn't necessarily hold political positions to be able to show that power. We have so many women of power in even in the world today, and then looking at their lives, you see that they agree to make a difference where it. That is my advice to every woman out there, to decide within yourself not to live a mediocre life. Because don't think of yourself as less of a person, because there is so much you can set out to do. Mind to it, you would achieve phenomenal results that you will be so surprised that you be like, is this me? Could I have done this? But then, yes, you can. And you will if you will just set your mind to it. You know they're backing you, and every environment that to what you hope to be and to aspire all that you want to be. Thank you.
Thank you so, so much. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining this conversation. If you have a question or a contribution, you can put that in the comments. Girlversation is a conversation on topical issues, especially affecting women and our communities and societies, which we have weekly on Saturdays on this channel at WONDIVA Global Community. So if you're a lady, please join us every Saturday. And the guys, you can also follow us for valuable content. And you can tell your female folks, moms, sisters, nieces, our cousins about us. Okay, if you want to join WONDIVA Global Community, you can send us a DM, and we'll put you through on how to join. It's been a pleasure discussing the electioneering process in Nigeria, with Mora and Shewa this
Thank
evening.
you so
And
much.
I hope and pray that in the next 4 years, when we go back to the polls, things will be a lot better. And Nigerians would have,
Amen.
within this period, built more trust in the government. And let's keep praying for one Nigeria, and let's keep doing our part in our own little corners to ensure a Nigeria moves forward. It's been an absolute pleasure being the lead host this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do join us again next Saturday. All right.
Thank
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Maura. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody, for
Thank you very
joining.
much, Ma. Thank you,
And the
Mora.
replay will be on the WONDIVA Global Community page. You can go back to it, and you can also share with your friends and family. All right, everybody. Have a lovely
you.
evening. So
You
we
too.
come your
You
way next
too.
week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.